They have the donation container as a bedpan. Kind of looked like she was having a seizure.
So bring your sled, and that's how you get down. Made it to the top of the mountain, and if you look, our RV is right there.
I just watched my wife doing a couple high steps. Kind of looked like she was having a seizure. Didn't exactly know what she was doing, and I asked her, and she says, "I'm trying to get rid of the spider webs."
I said it had some spideys on it. I didn't want to walk through the web, so I was trying to stomp it down with my feet. Who wants spiders crawling on them when they're hiking?
She looked a little strange. I was like, I think the heat's getting to her.
I'll agree with that one.
She's having. She's like. I do strange things too. There's always things to video when you're out on the trails, and my wife, because I just broke a branch with my head.
There are downsides to being tall. And when you're hiking and you're not looking up as much as looking down, you often hit your head. This is not the first time it's happened. Although I think this is the first time the branch broke. Oh, I just need a drink.
I'm not laughing.
Look at you sitting down.
You know it.
Being lazy.
You know it. Shit is full. Whew. So the CCC, when they built all of the trails and all the paths and everything, it was $30 a week they got paid, which in today's time would be $600. I don't think this was made for dogs or people. We've arrived into the actual Fort Davis. Here at Fort Davis, it seems like you can literally find anything on the ground. So this is a can opener that looks pretty old. I would say at least in the 1960s. But it says Pabst on it. So obviously they say if you find anything, leave it on the ground. But that's really cool. I was kind of amazed to be able to see that just walking around.
We also found some bones. There's a skull over here. Ryan found some old nails and things. So
A piece of dish too.
oh yeah, a little maybe like part of a plate or something.
Porcelain, yeah, like a porcelain dish. Yeah.
So it's kind of cool because a lot of places they pick the stuff up, they put it inside underneath some glass. And I don't know that people always pay attention to display cases, but it's cool when you're walking around, you're like, oh, look at this little treasure I found. And you can pick it up and look at it. But again, just put it back on the ground so the next person can see it too.
When they're looking at building supplies and like the rocks and everything that you would expect to build up a place, they even put the can in there and he said, just build in the can, it's good enough. It'll hold. The Pabst Blue Ribbon can opener that we saw, looked it up, and it looks like it dates back to like 1935. So again, crazy that you could just find that lying around. They have the donation container as a bedpan. Does that actually mean that your money is just going down the toilet? Doesn't open. Ah. When you brush your hair? It's just a little nappy. Your hair, the brush. The brush. I surrender.
It's our last full day at Davis Mountain State Park, so of course we had to do some more hiking.
We always got to get that hike in. Depending on if we can work out or not, or if there's mountains, you just don't get that beach hike. You know, the typical going up 400 or 500, 1,000 feet, depending on where you are.
Yeah, so. And we've spent so much time on the coast, so now that we have mountains, come here, Savage.
We're gonna hike it.
Yes.
We're gonna do as much as possible, and now that we can bring the dogs too, because where we were at Big Bend, we weren't able to take the dogs. Mm-hmm. So now they can get some outside activity and stop being a little bit lazier inside the RV.
Although sometimes I think they'd rather be sleeping, but. Anyway, so we did, I think it's the Indian Lodge Trail, except they're doing renovations on the lodge, so you can't actually go to the trailhead. So we had to take this, whatever the quail...
It's the Montezuma Quail Trail, although you don't see any quails, but it's supposedly I guess you're supposed to be seeing the Montezuma quails there, but yeah, it's a rocky, most of the trails are rocky, a lot of elevation, you know, good footwear, and you'll be fine. Mm-hmm. I don't think there is a right or wrong way.
They're not that well marked.
It's not as much of a trail as more of a rock slide when you go down.
Yeah, so bring your sled, and that's how you get down. Get on the sled, just the rocks will take you right down real fast. So we knew Hueco Tanks was going to be a little bit different because it is the one state park that you cannot book online. They only let you stay for 3 nights, and you have to call 3 months in advance to make reservations. It's completely different than all the other places. And this place, they do not allow you to take your dogs on the hikes with you. So North Mountain is off limits to the pups.
Gonna try some Bellini. Woo! Red Solo Cup. We're classy here. It's delicious. No. You got too much. Try some?
We are at yet another campground with no one else here.
It's like boondocking with like partial hookups. There is water and electric and no one else around. But the rocks and the boulders behind us. The moon's partially full and it is quiet. Peaceful.
It's nice. Yeah.
A couple of birds. There's some dogs sniffing.
Oh wait, those are ours.
And it is. I smell something.
We had to do a little hiking while we're here, and so first you have to get a permit, and then we came over here to the pond trail.
And there's no pond.
You can see where it was.
It is crazy how this is like the oasis here in Hueco Tanks, and usually there's like water and a lot more flourishing for the rest of the desert in and around El Paso. Even this is desert. Like, this is nothing. There's no water left. You can see everyone who's written on here in 1969, 1884. Wow.
This is 1869. Down here. When we got our permit, the ranger did tell us that there was a lot more shade in some of these spots, and I think this is why. You go between the rocks and
there's a lot more cooler areas. Now I see why a lot of people like came over here, because getting out of the heat, you can really feel the coolness of the cave, almost like in between the rocks.
We should also mention that not all the trails are really well marked, so it might take you a little bit longer to do them because you are going to wander aimlessly down one path and that's not where you have to go. You turn around, you walk back, and everywhere you look there's a sign that says it is a tour guide only. the most excited I've ever been to find a duck.
It's like impossible. I'm trying to find the cave Kiva guide, and it's like, go this way, go to the right, go left, go behind.
It's very confusing, and it doesn't say like in 500 feet. It's just find. So let me show you. See, here's the head, here's the body. We found the duck. Now we gotta keep going. Gotta get the gator.
I'm just trying to trek along there.
Watch out for goat poop and pee. It's sticky. Brian is way over there. He's threatening to jump. He's very upset that we didn't find this cave.
I almost got bit by a rattlesnake. I'm not kidding. I literally was walking over. So, backstory. There's a park host. There's two park hosts that are here. Park hosts are basically like the people, for those who don't know, they're basically the people that will stay here and help clean, volunteer, usually for a couple months, and they stay for free. They just have to help clean up for the sites, and then also for like bathrooms and stuff like that. Well, there's two camp hosts here. There's one that has a sign, there's one that doesn't have a sign. Well, the other one didn't have a sign. I walked over to the one that does have a sign because there was a board that was lying down going, oh, I bet you that's the park host sign. As I'm walking over, within about 2 feet of me putting my hand down to pick up the board, there's a rattlesnake right there. I literally almost got bit. Holy crap.
We never did find the cave yesterday, which is okay. We still got a lot of hiking in because it's a free-for-all when you're on top of North Mountain. Pretty cool being up there. So good luck if you're looking for the cave. Oh, and we found out, we thought the cave, we knew you could stand up in it, so we thought you could just go through it standing. Well, it turns out you have to army crawl through it and then turn to your right, and then you get to an area where you can stand up. So all these things we wish we knew in advance.